Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. This week I thought I'd talk about concert and what it's like going to a concert as a disabled person. The pros, the cons, the struggles, and the things that I would like to change, but also like ideas that I have to make concerts more accessible in general. And just things that I would like to see going forward, because I am a concert girlie. I absolutely love music. I love live music. I love being able to feel the music go through my body and experience it live. So, yes, here is my opinion on concerts. I also wanted to say that I'm filming in a very rogue location today. I am at my workplace. Parked at my workplace, and I work in the middle of the city, so there probably will be a lot of noise and a lot of cars driving past, but I have deadlines and I have to get this podcast filmed. So, on to the episode. As I said, I am a very concert girlie. I absolutely love going to gigs, I love going to concerts, I love seeing my favourite artists, but also experiencing a new artist through live music. I feel like that's how you kind of gauge them more, because you can listen to their music online, but when you actually see the artist and see how they perform their music and see how they take over the stage, I feel like that's how you really gauge the artist. So over the years, I've gone to quite a few concerts, but it's been harder, I think, as an adult going to my voice. It's been harder as an adult going to concerts than when I was a child. And let me explain why. So I think as a child with a disability, I was never in charge of my own safeguarding. And I always went with my mum or my dad or my sister or someone. I always went with someone that knew how to look after me, knew how to make sure that I was safe. And they would book the right tickets and everything, and I had nothing to do with it. So for me, going to a concert as a child, it was always a good experience, because I only had to show up and enjoy the music. And regarding the accessibility when I was younger, because I always had a carer or someone, a family member going with me as a carer, I never really saw it as a struggle, because they were always there to help me. But as an adult, it's very different. So obviously, I might want to go to a concert and I might not want to go with my parents, or I might not want to go with my family members, or something. Or they might not want to go, they might not want to go to this concert. So then I got to kind of figure out how I can do it by myself or do it with a friend. And another thing is very different going to concerts with friends than it is family, because family are very understanding of your disability and what you're capable of. I'm not saying that friends aren't, but they're a bit less aware of things around that could go wrong. Like, for instance, when I get out with my family or friends, if there's a big staircase or something, my family member might just offer me a hand to just to go downstairs, or say, I don't know, they might stand in front of me so that if I take a tumble, they take my ball, or they just do things without even thinking and without even offering. Whereas my friends, they might not see that oh, Tegan might want a hand go downstairs, and I think that comes in two parts, because it comes in my friends have even known me so long that they don't really see the disability as much, or they just think they don't want to make it a big deal because they don't want me to feel like I'm being not not a problem, but like they didn't want me. It's almost like they didn't want me to feel like I'm putting out on them, I guess. So I don't know. There's two sides of it, but I know that there's definitely a difference between going out with family than friends. But that does depend on what friends you're going out with, so hard on there. But it definitely depends who you're going with to how like beneficial or enjoyable the whole experience is. But one thing that does really bother me is that when you are going to the concert as a disabled person, you are technically entitled to bring a carer with you. So you're allowed a free +1 ticket for that carer to come with you and assist you around and enjoy the concert with you. And because also a lot of these concert venues aren't that accessible, they try, but like there's a lot of crowds, a lot of lines, a lot of like people, a lot of people in general just in one space. So it's very easy for someone to get knocked over, or things like when you have one thing that really annoys me that I always argue with them with is with a lot of the time now when you go to a concert in London or at any big arena, they don't allow you to bring your own like water bottle or anything in. So they give you an open cup, usually an open plastic cup. And I always say, I can't walk with that because I will fill it. I can't carry a plastic cup open with a bit of drink in it and navigate the whole arena and stairs and finding my seat and whatever. I just can't do it. So a lot of the time I order a bottle of water because that has a lid on it, and then I will pour a drink in there, or my mum will carry the open drinks and I'll carry the closed drinks. We have a system, but still now some venues have decided that they are taking the lids off drinks and not giving you the lids. And every time I have to argue, I cannot carry an open drink. It's not going to work. Unless you want to clean up a village on aisle 9, 10 and 11, because that's where it's going to go, then give me the lid. And it's always the argument. They're like, I'm sorry, it's venue policy, we can't have lids in it anymore. And I always have to say, but what is it going to do? What is the problem of me having a lid? Like, how is that going to cause any harm or travesty or... Like, I don't understand the whole policy. I think it's because they do it because people leave their lid off the drinks and then it's more for them to clean up. But it's not like that's the case for me. It's the case that if you don't give me the lid, you're going to have more to clean up because my drink is going to go everywhere, because I have to go down a staircase, or because I have to navigate a crowd. It's just not going to work. So that's also one policy that really annoys me, is the whole open drink thing, because it is the least accessible option there is. And I think there should be an option for disabled people to bring in like their own cups to be able to be used. I know some venues do allow this, but I know it's quite hard because a lot of venues also have like a bag policy, so you're not allowed a bag bigger than like an A4 piece of paper or something. So it's quite hard to fit a cup or something in there. So that whole rule around like drinks being let in and cups being let in, that is the most struggling thing, because I feel like personally I can never order a drink that I actually would want because I won't be able to carry it. And if I'm with friends or with family, yeah, they can carry it, but then they also have their own drink and their own bag. and it just makes everything a lot harder. So if there was the option to have, like me bringing my own cup or me bringing my own bottle, that would make life so much easier. That's it literally annoys me so much. The other thing that annoys me in general is just, okay, first of all, it's very hard for a disabled person to actually go to a concert, because even if the concert venue is accessible, your journey there might not be accessible. So the venue, the journey between your house and the venue might be really inaccessible. By that I mean trains, trams, taxis not showing up, Ubers cancelling. That also happens a lot. Whether you're, most of the concerts that I go to are in London, so we get a train or we drive there, which is like a 3-hour drive or longer depending on the day. So that whole journey is quite a lot of effort and time and organisation from any disabled person, and it takes up an awful lot of energy. So by the time you get there, you are already quite tired. You want to be able to enjoy your night, but then you also don't want to, you can't really drink lots because you have to be able to navigate your way home. And by navigate the way home, I don't mean like if you're intoxicated you won't be able to get home. I mean you're thinking about how tired are you going to be after the concert. Are you going to be able to get on the train, or are you going to have to get a taxi? Or there's so many things to think about that people probably didn't realise. Even like the moment the concert ends and everyone rushes to get out, that is probably the worst bit of the concert for me, because it's the most riskiest time for my safety, because I'm not the best on my feet. I am quite stable, but like if I get pushed around, I will fall over. And a lot of the venues, when they finish the concert, they have a one-way system to kind of get everyone going in one direction, and that can be so dangerous, because if I get caught in that one-way system and I get knocked about, and I'm more likely to get over and get trampled on. So that whole side of concerts is probably the most dangerous and scary and risky for a disabled person. A lot of people will say, well, just leave earlier to beat the rush, but then you also don't want to miss out on the concert that you pay for, that you wanted to see. The last song is always the one that everyone knows, that everyone enjoys. You don't want to miss it, so it's a very challenging just thing to think about all the time. And I think unless you're in a disabled person's shoes, you won't really understand how challenging physically and mentally that whole thing can be. But then my biggest gripe with concerts that I really would like to change is the whole pricing and seating of disabled people. So at least with big venues, there's only a certain number of seats that are allocated for disabled people, and to be able to book those seats, the only way to do it is usually to call the venue on the day of the release and book it over the phone, and you have to pay over the phone and everything. And there's always a queue, as there is a queue online when you buy tickets, but if you can imagine, there's probably like 50 seats allocated for disabled people, and a lot of the UK, or most of the population that are disabled, are calling to get their 50 seats. So it's, first of all, very hard to even get a ticket to go to a concert in general, and to get a disability accessible seat that you know you'll be safe with is hard. The other option is that usually once they start out, if you are able to walk and do stairs, they will sell you a normal seat at a disabled ticket price, which I do like, and it is really useful because I am able to walk, I am able to do stairs with some assistance. So I have that option of getting tickets, but I would rather get an accessible ticket if I could, just so that I know that I'm safe and know that I don't have to do stairs. But one thing that really bothers me is that I really would like to be able to get in the pit, or like to get barricade for something. I would love to be able to see my favourite artist up close, but there isn't a disabled option for barricade, and I think there should be something where you can have a little cordoned off area at the part of the barricade where even if it was like the disabled VIP or something, just some way of getting closer to your favourite artist, because right now the only option is usually like in the middle tier of the arena. You're usually like right in the middle of the arena, but you're quite far away. So there's so many artists that I would have loved to see up close and to leave barricade at, but it's just not safe for me to be in a barricade situation, or to be in a pit that could move around a lot, if you know what I mean, or I don't know. And also, not only am I disabled, but I'm also really short. So me being in a pit, not at the barricade, there wouldn't be a point to it because I wouldn't be able to see anything. So I would really like to just be able to get barricade, but also know that I'm safe. And I feel like so many venues, especially the O2 and like Birmingham, Manchester, like the really big ones, they could have a much closer accessible option, especially because I know that the smaller venues, they offer accessible seating that is like right on the side of the stage. It might not be on pit level, but it's usually the lowest level, but right next to the stage, so that you're like as close as possible. I feel like they could just have more options in general for disabled seating, because I would really love to just be able to see my favourite artist right up close and be able to experience it like anyone else. And also, the pit or standing ticket prices are so much cheaper than any disabled ticket that you can get. And I don't understand why, because I feel like if I had the option to get a standing ticket, I would, and it would save me so much more money than buying a disabled ticket, when technically the whole idea of it is that the disabled tickets are meant to be cheaper so that they are more accessible, so that they encourage more disabled people to experience live music. But the way that it's priced and the way that you're seated is not much different from buying any other seated ticket. It's not much cheaper. And usually, because you have to buy 2 tickets anyway, although one is free, I think they put like extra tariff on one ticket because you're getting 2 tickets. So I don't think it's cheaper anyway to get a disabled ticket. It'd be cheaper for me to get a standing pit ticket and stand right at the back and be safe, than to get a disabled ticket and sit right at the top and pay like £100 more. So that's one thing that really bothers me, is that the pricing difference doesn't make sense, and the ticket selections and the ticket seating are never as good as what they could be. And I really want some kind of concert charity or organisation or the venues themselves to think about having like a disability barricade space, especially when you think about stages. So if you think about stages like Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish, where they have the stage extends down the arena and there's lots of space around the stage, there could easily be one section of that barricade that is just cordoned off with a few chairs in it, so that people could buy VIP disabled barricade tickets and be able to sit on pit level and see that artist at barricade and experience it like everyone else. I think that would just be the best thing. But I really want to do it. I'm gonna find a way of like trying to make this happen, because I, as I said, absolutely love live music, but I always feel like I want to be so much closer than what I am. So if anyone does have any ideas on how to make that happen, please reach out to me, because I would love to find a way of getting barricades to see my favourite artists. Yeah, I'm on my way in. I don't technically start until 10, so I was taking my time. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute now. I'm on my way. Alright, bye. I have to go to work and I have to be there in 4 minutes. But I wanted to speak about quickly the artists that I am seeing this year that I'm very excited about, and also who I would like to book to see. And yeah, so let's first of all, I'm seeing Billie Eilish in London in July, which I'm so excited about. Billie Eilish is my favourite artist in the world. Well, actually, well, yeah, she is. Her and Ray are like my top artists, and I'm so excited to see her live. I did get a disability ticket, but I'm also trying to get a pit ticket, because disability. What am I talking about? Billie Eilish's pits look like they are safe enough for me to be in. Even if I stand at the back, I can just sing and dance with my friends and enjoy the whole experience. So I think I'm going to try and get another pit ticket for Billie Eilish. I'm also going to see Mary J. Blige and Davido, and I think it's 50 Cent, I'm not sure. They're doing like a 3 artist trio thing in London, and I got that for my mum for her birthday, because her favourite artist is Mary J. Blige. So I'm also very excited to see her live. Who else am I seeing? I don't think I booked anyone else, but the one thing that I do really want to book is I want to book Ray is performing at Victoria Lane or Victoria Park in London in August, and it's also like Tyler and Doechii and all the fucking cool women that are in this world. So I really want to get tickets to see that. That one I do have to get accessible tickets for, because it is like a festival and I don't want to get crushed, and I also want to be able to see. So I will have to get a disability ticket. But if anyone wants to give me a ticket or invite me to this event, I will be more than happy to go. So please don't be afraid to reach out. But yeah, who else do I want to see? There's so many artists. I really want to see Cat Burns live. I didn't get to see her in Bristol last year. I really want to see Cat Burns. Who else? I really want to see Lost Girl. I saw Lost Girl maybe like 4 years ago. I saw her at an event and she knew who I was, which I was so happy about. But now I listen to her music all the time, so like I really want to actually see her perform. So Lost Girl is also on there, and who else? I don't know, literally anyone. Ooh, Sasha. What's her name? Sasha Kearns or Sasha... No, what's her name? God, my stomach. I think her name is Sasha, but I can't think. I don't know. But also, Lola Young would also be really cool. There's so many artists that I would just love to see this year. And if anyone would like to invite me to any concert, I would always say yes. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode. I hope to bring more opinions and advice on this topic. And let me know what you want to hear in the next coming weeks. I did have a guest episode that I meant to go out last week, but then it ended up being a gossip session, and I'm unsure whether we want the gossip to be put on the internet. So I'm still debating that, but we shall see. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you next week. Bye! Love you guys.